All right, so we're talking ultimatums today, and in our What's Eating You, you don't have to start a diet on a Monday or the first of the month. You can expect to eliminate all your favorite foods entirely, right? You have to do that. You describe food as good or bad, and if you have a little slip up and indulge just once in a while, you completely throw in the towel. Does that sound familiar? Well,
yeah.
If it does, you could be an all or nothing perfectionist dieter. That's what I call it, but I'm here to tell you there's no such thing as a perfect diet. So I hear this from my clients all the time, that they think they need to be perfect, that there's like this, good and bad. We're all human and we need to allow for some error. So if you're gonna fall off the wagon once in a while and indulge, you're gonna hit some speed bumps along the way. But I think the problem is that people have too high of expectations, and then they're afraid of failure, and they have this all or nothing attitude that goes with it. So I've got some tips, of course, to prevent this all or nothing from happening.
Good.
So the first one is, don't start a diet.
What do you mean?
Like, oh, I'm gonna, do this on Monday or the first of the month or whatever. Because what happens is, in that month before or the weekend before, it's like your Last Supper.
Yeah.
And you end up like
for sure.
binging, and you're already behind the 8 ball once you start. So if your new plan is too restrictive, then you're not going to be able to sustain it, and you need to incorporate those small indulgences every once in a while. So instead of starting on a certain day, you can just make healthier choices.
Like
Start. It doesn't have to be a quote diet, so that you're doing it for a period of time. Okay, so that's going to help you relieve some of that intense pressure.
So you're changing the language that whatever language we're communicating to ourselves, we're changing that. So
exactly.
It's not a diet.
Right.
Just being healthy.
Right. Exactly. Okay, so you're not starting anything, you're just getting healthier. Okay, so how about this? You can still eat your favorite food.
Woohoo!
Yes! The only way to keep your cravings at bay before they get completely out of control is to eat whatever you're craving as part of your diet program, without guilt and without shame, which is the hard part. So indulgences have to be included, but moderation is, important here.
Right.
So it's portion, frequency. So for example, you can have pizza, but instead of 3 or 4 slices or 3/4 of a large pizza, you maybe have 1 or 2 slices, have a side salad, cup of fruit, whatever with it. So you can have the pizza, but just portion control.
I like that.
Perfect.
And I know, Jada, you like this one. There are no good or bad foods.
Yeah.
Again, we got to get rid of that perfectionistic, oh, this is really good. These enable this all or nothing lifestyle that we're trying to stay away from. So when you're naming a food bad, that leaves this forbidden mark on it, like, oh, I want more of that.
Right.
Just like when you tell your kids you can't have it.
Yep.
So sometimes, it's more appealing to have the actual taste instead of using the good or bad.
Okay.
So again, just like what I just said, you can have whatever you want, but you just have to watch the portion and the frequency.
Okay.
Yeah. I really like that. It's not good or bad. Really, our behaviors are good and bad.
Right.
The food isn't. So I like
Exactly.
Well,
that.
I think the cool thing is we're not setting ourselves up for failure here. So we're actually still doing well, just differently.
Exactly.
Good
Love
stuff,
it.
guys.